The government is now a step closer to reopening after the Senate passed a funding plan. It was really spearheaded by New Hampshire Senators Jeanne Shaheen and Maggie Hassan. Now, to be clear, this deal does not mean the government is reopening yet. Still more steps to come on this. And joining us live now is Chris Galdieri, politics professor at St. Anselm College. Professor, thanks for being with us. Always appreciate your perspective on this. So let's dive right into it. This new plan got 60 votes in the Senate. It now goes over to the House side. We know Speaker Mike Johnson basically told House members, get back here ASAP so we can vote on this thing. How do you see this now playing out in the House? Is there a likelihood that it doesn't pass?
I would be surprised if it doesn't pass. That said, I think there is room for something unusual to happen. Republicans only have a fairly small majority. They can only lose about 2 votes once the House comes back into session. My guess is that the votes are there, but we've seen this majority have trouble holding its members together. So I think it's possible, but unlikely something will go wrong.
And so let's say, the House votes to pass this week. Let's say it's signed by President Trump. Assuming all of those things, how long until the government can actually open back up? Anybody that's ever interfaced with the federal government and the bureaucracy knows it's not like a on-off switch. What does that look like, that reopening process? And then what do you see as any of the kind of lingering effects from the shutdown itself?
Well, I think they would open what they can as quickly as possible. In some cases, things like airport screeners, where folks have been working, the only change would be that those folks would suddenly get paid again. In other cases, folks would have to return to the office, restart whatever they had been working on. And as anybody who has ever had to pause in the middle of a project knows, you lose some time. It takes them a while to get your sea legs back and to remember where you were and that sort of thing. So I think in a lot of cases, it's going to be some time before these offices and agencies are working at the level of efficiency they had been before the shutdown.
And Professor, longest government shutdown ever in this country at this point. The big sticking point for Democrats was this extension of health care subsidies that were set to expire at the end of this year. They've been promised in this compromise deal in the Senate at least a vote on that in December. Now, what are we looking at for negotiations for that in the coming weeks for Democrats to see if that thing passes? And is there a chance that that does not pass?
I think it's more likely than not that it does not pass. The promise is for a vote. The promise was not for, a dozen Republican senators voting for it. My understanding of the agreement is there isn't even a deal with the House of Representatives to hold a vote on the Affordable Care Act subsidies. So, I think in terms of, what did Democrats get out of this deal? The answer is really not much. They got a promise for the future, but no guarantees of any substantive change to healthcare policy.
And this spending compromise gets us to January, where we could just be doing this all over again. All right, Professor Galdieri, thanks for joining us as always.
Always a pleasure. Thank you.